Okay. It is November 11th, 2020. I decided to treat myself to a little bit of real smoke. I've been vaping for a couple years now. So every now and then I smoke me a black and mild just as much as I could tolerate. Alright, let's get started. I was recently looking at an article, refer to an article about, I believe it's Ray Dalio, saying that Bitcoin will be halted or stopped, or there will be more attempts made to control Bitcoin by a central government. And first of all, I want to say this. Why would anybody in the cryptocurrency community even put weight on what Ray Dalio says about cryptocurrency, especially since if you look at 3 years ago, he was vehemently against cryptocurrency, period. Now, he's on the cryptocurrency bandwagon, but at the same time, he's like a half and half type of guy. He's not really all the way in, and he still believes in central government. So people are getting onto the Bitcoin bandwagon, but it's not for the reasons of which you might hope or which you might think, which is that they believe in personal responsibility, personal banking, and autonomy. These people sincerely still believe in central government finance, which is to be expected and which is fine with me. Okay, so that's point one. The second point is, as a lot of these countries are switching to creating or adopting their own form of cryptocurrency, a lot of people out here in the cryptocurrency community, in the Bitcoin community, Ethereum, and so forth are saying, well, why don't they just pick up Bitcoin? Well, why don't they just pick up? They're never going to pick up Bitcoin unless it's the last thing for them to do. Just like the government is never going to issue gold coinage again. They're not going to say, okay, here are your new quarters and your new dollars. They're in gold. They're not going to do that again. So they're not going to do anything that puts the actual value outside of their control. If they give you gold coins, then the actual value is outside of the control of your country. You can take that to any country, and the value of it is not determined by a central government. The value of gold is determined by the world. It's not determined by Russia. It's determined by the world. It's not determined by the United States. It's determined by the world. And they want to have a currency that they determine the value of it. Okay? So you just got to get that through your head. It's not going to go the way that you think that things are going to go. Excuse me. For instance, we're in this current COVID situation, which they're talking about more and more lockdowns again, right? So if we were on the gold standard, right, at this time, they would not be able to just print money out of thin air and give it to you to survive. They would not be able to print gold and give it to you to survive, but they can print paper dollars and give it to you to survive. So they can't. Fiat currency is almost a necessity at this point. So a fiat digital currency, it will also be a necessity, not a limited supply currency. That wasn't the word I was looking for. I was looking for the word that they use, scarcity model, or not a scarce currency. They have to have something that they can expand and contract at will. They cannot expand and contract Bitcoin, gold, silver, uranium, lithium. They cannot expand and contract the supply at will because there are other factors involved. So those are the main points I wanted to touch on today. I'm trying to get back on schedule a little bit and start just giving timely interjections into the conversations that I'm hearing online about cryptocurrency. I've been kind of quietly sitting by on the sidelines for a while because I feel like I've been feeling like it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. That the people that are leading the cryptocurrency movement, not to take anything away from their intentions to expand cryptocurrency adoption, but their methodologies and their way of thinking about cryptocurrency hasn't evolved much from where it was 5 years ago. And a lot of them wealth has not evolved much by way of cryptocurrency than it was 5 years ago. Now, their wealth has evolved a whole hell of a lot in YouTube subscribers and advertising rates. So I feel like they are leaning towards the sensationalism. They're leaning towards the controversy. They're leaning towards the shiny new object syndrome versus sticking to the fundamentals, bringing people in on the fundamentals, and trying to keep people dedicated to the initial cause for the creation of cryptocurrency. So I just want to give you something to chew on. Think about that a little bit. And as I always say, when I can remember, think about why you got into cryptocurrency. I usually only say this when when Bitcoin is way down and people are selling it off. But I'm going to say this time when Bitcoin is at a high. And it's in a bull market. Why are you in cryptocurrency? What was your reason? My reason was I wanted to remove third-party control. I wanted to send and receive, transfer money as if it was cash without a third party involved. I didn't like the fact that a third party could tell me whether, when, where, and how I could receive my own earnings. So that's what sent me down the rabbit hole in 2009. What sent you down the rabbit hole of self-sovereignty? Think about it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, sign up at uixtv.com. If you have your own blog or information service, investing service, and you want to put it behind a paywall, try exclusivetv.com. That's where you can find a lot of my stock tips and trading tips. Set your own subscription price, but definitely sign up for uixnetwork.com or at least visit. And I'll see you next time. Peace.